Hello, everybody. We are super glad to see you guys all here today. Yay! It's Monday. We are ready to rock and roll today. So we were just before we came on, we were talking about how this is going to be our last Monday stream. I know we moved from Wednesday to Monday to keep Caro in the mix, but now she has to work on Mondays, and I know, and all of us. She also still has to work on Wednesdays, so she'll just pop in when she's able to. But anyway, so we would talked about it, and Mondays are just like completely insane. And as much as I really do love like the big start, one of the other things I really love is like the ability to stay and chit chat a little bit, and I can't do that now because I have a meeting. So right after the stream, like seconds after, which is why we've ended on time the last several weeks. So, because you guys know me, and ending on time, not my best skill. So yeah. So anyway, so we are going to move back to Wednesdays. This is funny. I was just about to do our intros. Michelle was saying right before we came on that her air conditioner has not been working, and she says that they had called for the folks to come fix it, and that she was pretty sure that at any time during the stream, that's when they'd show up. And I'm guessing that's what just happened. Okay, so let's go around and do our intros. When Michelle is ready, she can come on back. Story Detective Robert Jones, let's go ahead and start with you. Tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, well, my channel that has been on hiatus, but not for too much longer, is The Story Detective, where we take all things story-oriented, put it under a Sherlockian microscope, break it down, and give it to the viewers to make your craft journey easier. In fact, I'm going to be working on scripting some videos today and taking a little break from editing because I am going to, once I get the full decor up next month, start batch filming this stuff.
Ooh.
And I'm focusing on the things that I've seen over the past year, and well, since I've joined AUTHORTUBE, really, that is missing from not only the novels that I see, but the writing books. I think as the world has become more expedient, major craft things are left out. And you could be knowing out of 10 things that need to go into your first chapter, first quarter, people are lucky if they have 2 or 3. And these are things that can significantly engage the reader. So we're going to be starting off on those things to help improve everybody across the board, I hope.
Yay! I for one am super excited that you're going to be putting out some new videos soon. Yay! That is phenomenal. Michelle, you are back just in time to do your intro.
I might be out in just a minute, though. They're here to fix my air conditioner, thank God. So I'm going to be blacking in and out. But hi, I'm Michelle Schusterman. I write middle grade and young adult novels, although I am currently working on my first adult novel. It is a mystery. Hooray! And my channel is Writing Workshops, Traditional Publishing Talk, and blogs.
Yay! Fantastic. Very nice, too. Very fast. All right, Sako, tell us a little about you.
Howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voigt. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those 3 things. So if you are interested in videos that pertain to marketing for authors, I have a whole playlist of them on my channel. I'm not the only one on the playlist. It says as long as I find marketing videos for authors, I will put it on that playlist. So you should drop by sometime.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm Lisa Daly. This is my channel. Thank you so much for being here. On my channel, we talk about how to write a book you're super proud of and get it published. So yay. And we have a lot of our, I know I'm such a today. Okay. So we have some of our favorite people and writers hanging out today. Gina Marcella is here. Hello. She was first today. Very impressive. Very nice job. Laura's here. Hello, Laura. We're very glad to see you today. All right. Jeannie says it's good to try new things on different days, right? I agree. Okay, Jeannie said, Sako, I thought your shirt said, I refuse.
I did too. I refuse to think.
Right? Don't we all need, we all need that one.
Terrible. The kerning is terrible, so it looks like IRFUs.
That, like, That's definitely that's definitely an artist comment for sure. Hello, hello, cool gamer. We are very glad to see you today. Claude is here. Hello,
Hi,
Claude. Oh, I'm so glad. Wednesdays are ideal for Claude because I don't work on Wednesdays. What, we missed, like, there are a number of our friends who could not make it on Mondays, and JK is one that comes to mind. So I'm glad. I hope, and most of you were with us when we were on Wednesdays, I think. So I'm very glad. We will, of course, use our same time slot that we always do. It'll be Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jeannie wants to know, how could one refuse tacos?
I.
And why, right? How could and why would you? There's no reason. There's no reason. Hello, Novelist Sally. We're very glad to see you here. Oh, Wendy is here. Hello. Very glad to see you. Oh, Jeannie says Claude was first.
Oh,
did I miss that?
Hi, Claude.
Oh, he was. Hello. I'm sorry that I mistakenly gave the trophy to Jeannie. Hello, Claude. Thank you for being first today. Right. So what are you guys all working on? Let us know in the chat, and we will go around really fast to talk about what we're going to work on today. And I'm going to pull up the 5-minute timer since I forgot to do that. So Sako, let's start with you. What are you going to be working on today?
I'm working on Twitch emotes because I finally made affiliate. Yay!
Yay! Look at you. Very nice job. Very, very nice job. How about you, Michelle? What are you going to work on today?
Well, I got up earlier than I wanted to and got my client work done for the day. So I'm working on my book, which I'm writing by hand.
Yay! That is phenomenal. So I want to hear a little bit more about this. So is this the mystery, or are you doing that for a client?
No, this is my book only. It's a mystery. It's kind of like I feel kind of basic admitting this because I think everybody is using this for a comp now, but it's I want it to be very Knives Out-esque, like a murder mystery.
Oh, I love that. I love that movie.
I love that movie too, and I'm so happy that so many books and shows now are like trying to be the next Knives Out, because that's like my perfect genre.
Yeah, I love that. I thought it was very clever. It was very, very well done. Yeah, I really love it.
I don't always like mysteries. I love dark mysteries. I love dark, psychological thrillers, but sometimes it's nice to have a little levity. Daniel Craig's character was just so fucking funny.
Oh my God, he was so good. I don't even generally like the blonde Bond, but right? But I thought he was so good in that. I really did like it. All right, Robert, what are you going to be working on today?
Well, I'm going to be scripting some video scripts to start filming next month, and by October they will start actually coming out again.
Yay! I'm super excited about that. I'm very, very excited. I have missed your videos, so I'm glad you are coming back on YouTube. Although there you have an excellent catalog of videos, so if you guys need to catch up, now would be a good time before he starts putting out new ones. I am going to be I'm still working on my rom-com. I'm struggling with the part that I'm on, and so I'm looking at sort of approaching the structure from a slightly different way. Basically, I normally kind of write my little rom-coms with the certain plot structure, and I'm going to kind of mess around with a 4-act structure and see if that helps me get out of my hole that I'm in. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, it's not something I normally do. It's kind of like a split second, but anyway. Okay. Yeah, right. All right. So Jeannie says, how can one refuse tacos? No idea.
Not I.
Yay. Novelist Sally is here. Wendy's here. Well, already, I think I said hi to you guys. All right. Wendy says, my son introduced me to walking tacos when he had to get stuff to make them while camping. I'm not sure what that is, but I imagine like it's something that keeps it together so you don't end up with cheese all over yourself.
You basically take a bag of Fritos, and you throw taco fixins in there, and you stir it up, and you just take a fork to it.
Really?
Is pie a Texas thing, or is that like a thing everywhere?
I think it's a
Walking-
thing everywhere. I found it in Pennsylvania.
Walking
At the state
tacos?
fairs you get well, we call it Frito pie, but I mean it might be a little different. It's basically like Fritos with like chili and a bunch of nacho topping things on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, to me, this sounds like what my mom always called taco salad, where you just, right? Just the same kind
Yeah.
of thing. So,
You
yeah.
That's
get
what
the
you
same
call it
thing
when
at
you don't
Taco
feel like
Bell where you
making
get
a
all
healthy
those little
choice.
chips in a bowl with the taco stuff all over.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I want tacos. Damn it. All right. Judy Noble is editing. Only 7 chapters left to work on. Yay. Congratulations. Claude says, after a couple of weeks of uninspired writing, I feel you there. I was in the zone, and I hope it continues this way. Me too.
Nice. Hi, Angelica.
Hi, we're very glad you made it today. Thank you so much. Ooh, Jenny says we do walking tacos here, but we use Doritos instead. I am on board with that plan, and now I'm going to need tacos for lunch. Okay. All right. MM Ward says, I've been eating Frito pies in the bag since I was in high school in Texas in the 80s. Wow. I love that. Oh, my God. I also am really, really hungry now. Okay. So we are, Andrea Celeste is here. Hello. We're very glad you made it today. We are just about to start our 5-minute warm up. So this is a good chance to get your drink if you don't have one already, which of course I do not. Get your drink, open your document, figure out what you're going to work on today. All right. So let's get rolling with the 5 minutes. Let me get this up. See, now I thought that I had closed a bunch of windows, but I must still have another one open because I had like 17 things that came open. That's not good. I'll have to close.
That's not good at all.
It's not, right? I'm going to have to close that. Otherwise, I'm going to talk like a robot this time. All right, you guys. Without much further ado, there's probably no need for a big ramp up because it's 5 minutes. But let's see what we can do in those 5 minutes. Let's make them count. All right, here we go, everybody. 5-minute warm up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We just finished up our first little mini sprint, our little warm-up sprint. So I hope everybody's got all their stuff going. Let's see what we've got here. Comment. Look who's here. Debbie's here. Doll is here.
Oh my gosh.
If Doll's in the chat, that can only mean two things. One, she's having some sort of technical issue. Or two, I forgot to send her the link. So let's just pop on over to Messenger really fast and make sure I sent it to her. She'll be in the car. Yep, she'll be in the car. Okay, so Doll is just joining us in the chat today. Hello, Doll. We miss you.
We miss you. Also, new picture. What?
I know. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Awesome. Look how cute you are. Okay. Hello. Hello. Very nice. Doll says, yes, you sent me the link. I can't join because of broken headphones. Sorry about that. That is the worst. All right. I just had like the weirdest what's the word I'm looking for? I had this weirdest sensation when I looked at Robert's office, like that he's not sitting in his chair, and there was like part of me that wanted to like reach through and look. I can't. It was just like this weird, like, oh, that's not a real thing. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. So I want to talk today about last time we talked about favorite craft books. So this week I would love for our discussion to be least favorite craft books. Do you guys have one? Can you think of one? I'm not going to ask you this time. I'm going to let you think about it during our next sprint because, you know, sometimes I know, right?
I'm looking at them. Looking at
I know.
I'm like, looking at my books. I'm like, do any of them suck?
I know. I know. I had the same problem, and you just know. Like, I just thought of this, and so you are like, I am as ill prepared as all of you are. This is like, I'm springing out on all of us, myself included. So yeah, I think I want to talk about craft books that are not so good, or maybe just craft books that maybe they're not bad. Maybe they just weren't helpful to you.
Right.
How about that? Okay. So here we go. Doll says I have a least favorite craft book, but everybody already knows what it is. You can start us off, Doll, because nobody else can think of one. But so not, it doesn't have to be like terrible book, but
This didn't work for you.
This didn't work for you. All right, so we're going to be thinking about that.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Okay, I'm kind of raring to go today. Are you guys ready to do some writing?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah? All right, let's just go ahead and get busy right away with our first 20-minute sprint. Let me just pop that sucker up. Here we go. All right, there we go. All right, well, since it's going to start without me. It's really ready to go. All right, since we don't have Doll here to do our little lead into the 20-minute sprint, I will have to channel my best Doll and Carrow. I can't do that. I'm just going to say this. We're here to write. We want to get some stuff done. You guys could do this. You know that because we do it every day or almost every day or sometimes once a week. But today is the day. So let's get some writing done. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of that terrible banner. All right, there we are. Very nice. I have still got this thing going, so I better turn that off for a second. All right, so how did everybody do?
I got my lunch. Yay.
Hey. I was like sneak snacking little yeah, this is what happens if I don't eat breakfast and we talk about tacos first thing in the
And we talk about tacos first thing, so I order tacos. Yes.
That's totally what I want. Oh my gosh, I'm just, yeah. All right, so okay, so let's see what everybody has to say. How did you guys do? Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. So before we left, we were talking about what is a craft book that did not work for you at all. Okay. Cecil Runo, Save the Cat, not bad. It didn't work for me. Yeah, Save the Cat is both great
screenwriters, like,
right, it's great and awful in the sense that it I do think it's a very good resource, but I think that it really worked. Like, it either is very illuminating for people or they go like, this is crap and I don't want my book to be like that. So
I would say the best thing Save the Cat has ever done for me was not writing a book but revising a book. It was years ago. It was the first time I read it, and I had this book where the middle was just like all of Act 2 was a slog, and I couldn't figure out what was missing. And then when I read Save the Cat and applied it to the it was like, oh, because it was like so much clearer.
Yeah. Oh, look who it is!
Yeah.
It's Stahl.
I found the solution.
Yay! So I had kind of a so when I first was introduced to Save the Cat, it was at, I think, like, it was a million years ago at like Book Expo or something. I think it was Book Expo, because the guy who wrote, whose name is escaping me, the guy who wrote the original Save the Cat, the
Blake Snyder.
Thank you, Blake Snyder. He was speaking and he was so compelling. And so I don't know if everything I got out of that was from hearing him speak and then following it up with the book, but I didn't, like, I think Save the Cat for novels or for novelists, whatever it's called, like, it has sort of the same concept, but I guess it didn't have like the fire that the other one did. So I can see how
it's a copy. I mean, this is why the book doesn't work for me. Blake Snyder already did it. Then Jessica Brody took the concept and made it into let's make it into a novel version of it. And I'm like, you're just copying something that already exists. I'm sorry. No,
that's true. And to be fair, Blake could not write the book himself because I believe he was deceased. Like, she did write it like with his, like, with permission from his estate, and I think they knew each other. So yeah, so it wasn't like, it's not like, sort of like, don't go write like a bunch of mean, like, she's a ripoff, or like, not that. Like, it was okay, it was cool with them.
Yeah, it's loud. I know it's legit, it's legal, all that, but no. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I did get more out of the original, so I get that. Debbie, oh my gosh, I'm like, I had the same experience with Story Genius, and I know people who swear by it. I don't know. I don't know if it was the organization. Anybody else get a headache when they read Story Genius?
Never read it.
No,
it's the one with like the big light bulb on the cover, I think.
I read Wired for Story, which is also from Lisa Crone. And it's good. I'm not saying it's not. They work, but I see Lisa Crone as, okay, I want to read your fiction and see if you can walk the walk, you know.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Doll said bird by
bird by bird. Yeah.
Bird by bird. I know.
That's another one. I agree.
Yeah. And the thing is, that's one of those where people always recommend that book to new authors. And I'm like, I don't know if it's like hazing, where they think if you get all the way through it, that you really must want to be a writer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it is a classic, and so it's one of those books like I feel like you probably should read at some point, but
It's like we're all standing on somebody else's shoulders.
Yes.
And most of the popular newer books have skipped the first 8 or 9 steps and jumped right into step 10. They leave so much out. That's what we talked about in the beginning and why I'm working on my new video series. But these two, Bird by Bird, Save the Cat, and another one I'm probably going to get shot down for is Cam Weiland's Structure book.
I really love that book.
It's there.
You gotta know how to write first.
Everything is there in terms of walking you through it with those baby steps. But she took all that from Larry Brooks and his story engineering. I was there when she was on Larry Brooks's website and writing that book, so it's all from Larry. If you know who came before, you follow the steps.
That's what I mean with Jessica. That's what I mean with Jessica Brody. And I'm sorry, I read Jessica Brody's fiction, and
you weren't a fan. Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. I have publicly commented on her world building flops, and no, I'm not gonna do it on this stream because I am polite. I am polite. But when you do world building, tip for our new writers: when you do world building in a sci-fi or especially sci-fi, fantasy, I guess has a little bit more wiggle room, but sci-fi, you don't borrow words from foreign language stuff to make your world unique. Because when a French reader picks up your book, you're gonna sound pathetic. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work.
Interesting. That's probably something that a lot of people don't think of, because that is a common tip to use, something from a foreign language. Unless you use, I guess you could always use Latin, because technically it's a dead language, so it would feel familiar. But also, you don't have a lot of language.
You can use foreign languages. But you need to take it a step forward. You take something from a foreign language and you transform it a little bit so it feels familiar, but you don't have the problem of a French speaker picking up your book. And so you called your world in another universe La Terre. Okay.
The Earth. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So JL is here. She made it. Yay. We're very glad to see you. All right. Wendy says Anatomy of a Story, not saying it's bad, but there's a lot to go through, and it didn't help. I read Story Genius right before that.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Good. Hello.
I've never read it. I've never read that one.
I've read it. It's been a really long time, to be honest, and it sort of fades in with some of the other ones. Okay. Ooh, we have a lot of comments here.
Here is the story engineering that
hold on.
Cam Weiland and some other people took from. And Larry admits that he got all his ideas from Sid Field. But at least Larry admits it. So if you take a progression backwards, you'll see where it comes from. And you'll also see what's left out, because the first people, everybody adds a little bit to it. But you have to understand the foundation of where it all came from before you can really fully get it, or fundamental things are just missing. And Save the Cat figures you already know those things, and you know how to create characters and villains and structure, everything else about your novel before you actually put those beats into place. I like Save the Cat. It's just one person's beats and one person's ideas on how they utilize them. Once you understand it, then Save the Cat can be very fun. But if that's your dictionary and your Bible for your structure, then it's kind of short.
Then you need to go a little bit wider and study other forms of structure, because otherwise you are restraining yourself. And I think this is one of the reasons why I heard AUTHORTUBERs, I don't want to talk about craft anymore because it's so restrictive. I mean, if you stay with Save the Cat all the time, sure.
You can certainly seem that way.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. And the other thing though is that I love the fact some of these books, like Save the Cat is a good example, is more like a sort of a big overview, right? And then some of these books get like so into the weeds. And for me, it's good to have both perspective, right? Like a forest perspective and a tree perspective.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Makes perfect
Michelle
sense.
was like, what are you talking about?
No.
Okay, Sky is here. Hello, Sky. We're very glad to
Hi.
see you.
Loved your stream last night.
Yeah. All right. So she's editing. Actually, I don't know who. Michelle knows this person. Right?
Emvrelta.
Emvralta?
Emvrelta.
I don't think so.
Emvralta. Oh, I thought it was you. Maybe it was Sako.
It was.
Yes. Okay. So
Look at all
hi.
my thesis.
Welcome. Super glad to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, rabbit holes, bad. All right. Ginny said she stared at her manuscript and wrote nothing. Know that feeling. Yes. Better luck on the next sprint. Wendy always used the beat sheet during revisions to fill out the middle because I'm an underwriter. Yeah. Right. So those kind of beat sheets, Save the Cat included,
Yes.
are really good, especially if you have two things, soggy middles or if you're an underwriter. So way too much or way too little.
It
They
can
help
with
stay focused.
outlining.
Mhm.
It can
All
help
right.
with outlining for sure. I see the benefit of Save the Cat in like writing an outline, especially for single POV story standalone style, The problem with me, and like this is why I say I detest the book, is because it didn't work for me because I write multi POV. And I went in there and I didn't see anything that could help me. And I felt like, so this is it. But this is the unique only formula to make a bestseller. It made me feel actually quite hopeless. So I was like, okay, no, this is that's just what she says. I'm just gonna do my own thing and whatever. So that's my story with Save the Cat. I was like, okay, how do you do multi POV? And her answer in the audiobook was, I mean, it's there, that multi POV, you just make another beat sheet. I'm like, no, honey, no.
Just staple them together. Done.
How do you put it? Yeah, exactly, but how do you?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is a very
glue those
very,
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very
Nothing.
reasonable complaint on that book. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Ginny says, "I Give You My Body: How I Write Sex Scenes" by Diana Gabaldon.
Ooh.
Not bad, but not one I could really get into. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I have not read that one. Now I'm gonna have to add it to the list. Actually, hold on. Let's all just pause for a minute while I'm writing my body. Okay, fantastic. Okay, Walter. Hello,
Hi,
Walter. We are very glad to see you today. I had a lovely and interesting conversation with Walter last week. Very glad you're back on the stream. Walter, just a reminder, we're switching back to Wednesdays next week. Okay. JL says, Story Genius ran around the block too much, always a near miss, but never quite hitting the bar. I felt like that too. She says, Bird by Bird. Yeah. Okay. Mary got nothing out of Bird by Bird. I won a copy of the ebook in a giveaway several years ago, read through it, but nothing stuck. Well, and that is the thing with some of these, right? Sometimes you'll not love the book, but you like the workbook. Like I have told people for years to read the Marshall Plan workbook because it is really helpful. The book, I'm not a super fan of. It's too much, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really make sense. Like it doesn't make sense as you're trying to plot. But the workbook is really pared down and has all these great worksheets, and that made perfect sense to me. So whereas I really love the workbook, I was not a fan of the book itself. And he's like a pretty well-known literary agent who has sold some really, really big books. The guy definitely knows what he's talking about. But like I said, I thought the workbook was a better one. JL says, wow, yes, we're getting a little spicy. Laura never got through Story Genius or Wired for Story. Should give them another go. Wired for Story I liked. I thought that was pretty good.
I think it's good too. I never went to Story Genius, but
the thing that
maybe,
story engineering does, go ahead.
The feeling I get with oh shit. Sorry, Robert, go ahead.
You're frozen.
Uh-oh. All right, you go ahead, Robert, and Doll can jump back in when she comes back.
The thing that Larry Brooks does with story engineering is he gives you less beats. So you have to actually imagine a little bit more, but he really gives a lot of energy to what goes into the character's motivation for each quarter, which is really helpful. But once you understand structure and you're just looking at things like Save the Cat and other forms, if you're stuck, those extra beats they put in, if you review it, you can be like, okay, that kind of inspires me. And you can save a lot of time just by getting this book here, which lists multiple types of structure, and it just gives you the beats within a couple of pages, so you can see what those beats from all these different structures consist of. And then if you get stuck, you can just look at somebody else's beats and say, okay.
What's that? What's the story plot by who?
It's a story, What the Masters Have to Say About Plot by, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, Yundajaya Wijitarant.
Show the picture again. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's a name. But I have that book. It's Robert recommended it, and it's a little tiny, teeny, tiny book, but it is really, really worth it.
Yeah, it's packed with all forms of structure. There was like one or two in here I never even heard of, so it's very interesting.
JL says, has anybody read Beginnings, Middles, and Ends by Nancy Kress? I have read that book, but it's been a while, and I literally do not remember what I think about it. I have it. I own it. I know I read it, but I don't remember anything about it. Anybody else? Did you like it, JL? Laura has avoided Save the Cat. Doesn't want to feel restricted. Dude, my dude. Sorry about that. This is the problem. I could just say they, which would be the easiest way to solve that issue. But I don't. I should.
Before I finally showed my face in the profile picture and I just had a logo back then, people said
it's a mystery, but Doll will be right back with us after this short break. Wendy said, Doll, you're robot.
I roboted again.
That's okay. You're good. All right. So Wendy says a favorite writing craft book is Damn Fine Story by Chuck Wendig. I have not read that, but I'm positive it's going to be awesome. Haven't read it yet, but liked his kick-ass writer book and his blog advice. So we'll see how this goes. I love Chuck Wendig. Love, love, love. All right. Let's do some writing, you guys. How about that? Now we're all like inspired.
Yes.
If we go around, when we come back, we'll go around the circle and we'll say what our least favorite craft book is. All right. If we haven't already. I know I sort of given like some clues. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's go back up. We're going to do another 20 minutes on the clock. Doll is here. Doll, would you like to take us out? Okay. All right. Here we go.
If the Wi-Fi is gentle, yes. So I came here to do the pep talks because I found a solution. So you see, if you're stuck or your headphones don't work or something, you can find a solution as well. And you don't have to do it alone because we're here with you. Now we have 20 minutes on the clock. So get ready to write in 3 and 2 and 1 and sprint.
Okie dokie. All right. Fantastic, everybody. How did everybody do?
Very good.
Good. Good. Very glad to hear it. How about you, doll? Oh, she's muted, so we'll just assume. All right. So we're not going to work. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. When we were talking about Damn Fine Story by Chuck Wendig, the horror geek was texting me saying, like, you read that, or I think you borrowed that from me. So I don't know. I don't remember it if I read it, but I do really like his stuff. I don't think I read it. I might just have it on my thing back there somewhere. But I did not remember it.
So submerged in what I was writing that
I love that feeling. I love that feeling.
I'm at 10,700 whatever total.
What? Look at you. Very, very nice.
This book is writing itself.
That's awesome. I love that feeling. Love, love, love that feeling. So how did everybody else do during this sprint? Michelle, how'd you do?
Good. I got like 3 handwritten pages.
Nice. Very good. There is something like when you, especially for me, like when I get stuck, if I change the way I'm writing, if I go to the iPad or if I start writing by hand, like they all sort of can kind of get things rolling.
Yeah.
I really love that. So how about you, Sako? How'd you do on the last sprint?
I'm doing eating a popcorn emote.
I love that. That's awesome. That's super cute. How about you, Robert? How'd you do on that last one?
I did pretty well. I think I'm heading in the right direction with this script.
Yay! Oh, that's awesome. Fantastic. I also made some progress, not spectacular progress, but I did make some progress. So that's always a good thing. How about you guys? In the chat, how did you guys all do this last time? Let's talk a little bit more about writing crap books we hate or we didn't like. Laura says writing scary scenes was just okay. Had 2 good unique sections. The rest were better in Writing in the Dark by Tim Wagner. I have heard a lot about that book lately. We were talking about it yesterday or Saturday on Tamara's stream. You know, once a month she does the writer's workshop where we read and kind of review a craft book, and she's going to be doing a horror book for October, and so that was one of them. That was one of the possibilities. JL says some of it I liked while reading. I couldn't help but feel like she was filling pages just to fill them. I hate that. Mary just logged into work. As she disappears, we'll know why. Sako says not. Sako, here you are, right here. 12-week year. Is this the Scrum book? 12-week. Is that the one?
Year.
Yeah. It's like 12 weeks of work in 12 months. Is it red? I think I just got it.
It's Brian Moran and Michael Lennington.
It's out in my kitchen because I didn't bring it into I literally just opened it yesterday. So not good.
Well, the moral of the story is bust your ass for 12 weeks and everything will work out. If you plan if you plan your years in advance, then that works. But I bust my ass all the time. So I work like he's talking all the time. So
so there is something I will say that I feel like I have gotten to a point where I am working more, but I'm less productive. So I used to work fewer hours, but I got a lot more done. And now it's the reverse. And I would like to go back to working fewer hours and getting a lot more done.
I found that if I shortened my work day to 5 hours a day, I got a lot more done than if I had an 8-hour day.
Yeah, right. At some point, it's diminishing returns. You're there, but you're not all the way there. You're never fully recovered. Agreed. Michael Sibichet. Oh, Hi, buddy. Okay, go ahead, Robert.
What I've discovered during my hiatus from YouTube that was taking so much of my time is that when I was more creative, I had a different schedule. And looking back at that schedule and doing more of my artwork and different things that keep me creative in different ways, they do feed another project. And also, when I'm away from my writing, I don't feel that I need to bust my ass on it quite as much as I used to or think I should, because a lot of that you're spending time rambling and drafting and writing
Right.
when time is really required. So sometimes taking a step back and working a little bit for a day on another project here, whatever, it digests, and you kind of come up with those ideas you would eventually get to more quickly.
Right.
So there's a
There really is something to be said, because what happens is you stop, like, for taking a break on a project and going to something else, your brain continues to work on solving that problem. You're just not banging your head while you do it. I mean, how many times have you, like, oh, I have this problem, and if you try to force an answer, you're not getting it, but you're in the shower and it just comes to you, or you see something, you know, in a movie, and suddenly, you know, all those pieces just line up. So yeah.
That's what my cigarette breaks are great for.
Your physical body, your mind is more prone to daydream while you're occupied with shaving or showering, which is why most writers come up with ideas doing those things or taking a walk. So those other little creative things occupy your mind and your creativity, and I think it gets you there much more quickly.
I totally agree. I mean, there is something to be said for butt in chair, fingers on keyboard. But at a certain point, it is not productive to just do that. Like, you got to change things up. Whether it's like
never force yourself to write when you've been trying for 3 hours and nothing is coming out. Do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. JL makes an excellent point. The whole idea with these books is to take what you can use from them, with the understanding that what's written is really what worked for that author, right? If you can take and that's it. I guess if we look at those, like, I'm just sort of looking over your shoulder and seeing how you approach this problem, because a lot of times, I mean, even just talking, you learn different things that work from other authors. So I totally agree, JL. JL, Ginny Noble, no longer just staring at my book, actually got some work done. Yay! That is awesome. We are very glad to hear that. Yes. So deleted some stuff, added some more stuff. Editing is tricky for progress monitoring. Right. It's no fun to say, I have a negative 78 word count. And yet, editing is super important. So yay, progress. Very nice. Ginny says same thing when word count goes out the window when editing. Yeah, that's true. JL says I'm working 5 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. right now. Don't do it. It sucks, but I run a business, so.
I used to work like that.
Yeah.
It's hard. You do burn out after a while. At some point, you just have to. I mean, this is the thing, is like, so because I do book coaching with other authors, what happens is and Michelle, you probably have some of the same kind of thing. Well, we all probably do, actually. Right? So when you're ghostwriting, you probably get like 3 books at a time and then nothing for a couple, right? So that, which is just like the truth of freelancing. And I had the same thing. Like, I had a project where I had, like, it was like constant work for 2 weeks, and then another one that's like stretched out. But the last couple of weeks, I feel like I'm like buried. So, yeah. So sometimes you have to work. And especially if you have, like, I have a client in Australia, I have like a couple in Canada. So in addition to all the time zones in the US. And so even just that, like, trying to figure out, like, oh, if I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which don't do that. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Ginny says, I feel that write and run my own business. Scheduling is rough to work out. And then if you throw kids on top of that, oh dear God. How to shut it off? Wine, lots and lots. I will drink to that. Okay. So, you guys, we have the opportunity to do at least, well, only not at least, one more.
One more sprint.
Awesome
sprint.
Yes. Here we go. All right, I'm going to pull this up. Doll is going to get ready with her put talk. Are you ready,
Yes.
Doll? All right, here we go.
Wi-Fi, be gentle.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Hit it.
All right, so we have one more sprint, which means we have 20 more minutes on the clock for you to do your thing, work your magic, put those fingers on the keyboard, or take that drawing pencil, whatever it is that you're doing, because I know not everyone is writing, but whatever it is that you're doing, you don't have to do this alone. You have 20 minutes. Take a deep, deep breath, release, and we have the timer going. It's in 3 and 2 and 1 and sprint.
Okay, we are back.
Yay.
Yay. All right, so I totally missed this, Michael. He says, I don't know why, but now I feel a TikTok joke brewing. I missed it. Mary got a student, so she had to run. Claude, not in the mood to write, but read a little bit of JC's new book. Ooh. Sweet, what's it called again? The Diary Succession of Lies. Ooh. That sounds like a good one. I want to add that to my list. I swear, every time we have this stream, I have to have like an Amazon order right after.
Your wish list just gets longer and longer.
It does. It definitely does. All right. Well, good. I'm glad.
I am at 11,200 something.
What?
Yay!
Oh, look at you.
I am writing about Instagram stories and the dangers of what happens in the DMs. So things got a bit spicy. And all the precautions that you have to do, and you don't have to explain anything to anyone on the web. I mean, they don't own you. They don't own your time. So yeah, things got heated up in that last sprint.
Wow, very, very nice. All right, I'm glad. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Somebody really wants to talk to me today. I'm very excited about that, and I'm so glad you're making such good progress. Look here, we got 200 words deleted, 200 better ones written. Very, very nice. Yeah, right on, says Michael C.B. Jen. All right, you guys. Whew. I feel good about today so far. I have like a bunch of stuff this afternoon that's scheduled that I can't get out of, which really sucks because I feel like I'm right now in the zone. So I'm very glad that we at least got this like amount of time. Very good. Ooh, Sky says she's designing a planner page today. Tired of planners that I only half use. So much wasted space. That's awesome.
That is the upside to bullet journaling, is that you come up with the layout that works for you. You don't find a planner that like does the things. Now
that is upside to digital planners.
Yeah. Though I do mine on paper,
Yeah. I don't know. Mine is sort of like a mix of different things, and I kind of love it. It really works. But I picked a planner that would like really, really work. Lisa, do you have TikTok? Me, no, but I have gum. I love that. That was funny. I also don't have TikTok, even though everybody says like, "Oh, you should." Totally
tried.
TikTok. Yeah,
I tried TikTok. Not for me. I feel like it's my crowd is not there. There's no sci-fi crowd in TikTok. What the heck am I doing there?
That's interesting. Well, you got to go where your readers are for sure.
Exactly.
I know you really like it though, Michelle, right? Did you write YA in middle grade? That's your people? No?
I am never joining TikTok.
What? You don't want to add it to you don't want to add it to all your other social media profiles?
Yeah.
You're so active.
My large social media presence.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I keep like everyone's like, oh, TikTok, book talk. I mean, they have their own table now at Barnes & Noble, but I just can't take on another social media platform. Not even to dance. Okay, yes, no. I can. I can totally do it to dance. I can totally do it to dance. Yes, there you go. All right, so it's 12:55. I feel like we've had a good day. How about you guys?
Yeah. Really
yeah, everybody?
I think I wrote everything that I needed to write today.
I am so proud of you. First of all, doll, like you have in all these streams, you're always like, oh, word count doesn't really work for me. And you are on fire about this
Because I'm
Instagram book.
writing a nonfiction book next to
I
a
know.
nonfiction expert. So this feels like, okay, I can do this. If I get stuck, I can just ask Lisa. She's right here.
I'm happy to help, but I'm so proud of you because I think the reason you're so on fire about this is because it's like something that you're really supposed to write. Like, right? Like when you're in it,
It feels right.
feel it, right?
It feels like the right thing to do. I see. I'm in a sci-fi support group on Instagram on the group chats, and I see my fellow sci-fi authors are struggling big time, and I'm like, no. Let's do something. Let's do something. I have some clues of what could work. Now let's just do it. And yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I started the book, is to help people with Instagram. Like if I could do it, and I can barely see, then I think anyone can. They just don't know how, which was the same problem I had.
Well, it's good that you're providing a roadmap. There are many, many people who need it. Okay, Michael says, Lisa, do you have TikTok? Crocodile Dundee looking at the sun. Looks like it's what
That would be a great TikTok, actually.
Michael, I hurt you so much. Okay, Jeannie Marcella says, thanks for the great company. Thank you, guys. Lean Punk, give me all your TikToks. That's not annoying.
No, Lisa, you have a nice presence on Instagram. You could do reels.
I could.
Yeah.
If only I had time to do reels. I do occasionally do reels, but I would like to do more. I would like to do more reels. If you can tell me how to do reels in 3 to 4 minutes, which is all the free time I have, I am there for it. Okay.
You have a social media manager, right?
I do.
Okay, we can solve this. After stream, I tell you.
Okay, she nags me all the time to do reels, but I cannot. Right, I cannot get it.
I have ideas for you.
Oh, good. Okay, fantastic. Well, you guys are awesome. I have to go to this meeting in 2 minutes, so we're gonna have to do like 15-second outros, and I won't do one. Story Detective, I'm gonna have you go first. Tell us, quick.
Okay, well, my channel is The Story Detective, where we take all things story-oriented, put it under our Sherlockian microscope, break down the facts, give it to the viewers, in hopes of making your craft journey easier. Quick.
Yay! Nice! Michelle!
Hi, I'm Michelle Schusterman. I'm a young adult and middle grade author, and my YouTube channel is Writing Workshops, Traditional Publishing Chat, and Writing Vlogs.
Nice. Sako!
Howdy neighbors, I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voigt. I write horror and I'm a witch and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. Please drop by, I'd love to see you.
Link in the chat. Books Cecil Runo.
Hello there, humans. I am Books Cecil Runo, a partially blind writer for introspective readers, also known as the Ace from Space. My YouTube channel is on current hiatus, but I will be back. And meantime, you can follow me on Instagram at Books Cecil Runo for more tips and stuff. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you guys all so much for being here. It's fun as always. Don't forget, we will be on Wednesdays starting next week, which I believe, let me just check my little planner, September 8th at our usual time, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay safe, stay well, keep writing, and we love you. Bye. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.